What's up guys, welcome back. So today everything I want to talk is about my KP30. I think I have the need to tell you guys what is going on and why this car changed my life. I'm going to be as transparent as I can. I'm going to talk everything about me and the car. So I will talk about the story of me and the car, and I have a good news later on. If you know that my first videos on YouTube is actually a Toyota KP30, as you can see here, the blue color car. It is called Toyota Publica 1000. And why this car means so much to me, why this car changed my life. Before I start talking about the story, please be noted that this car is not mine anymore. I just sold the car last year. I just want to throw back to the story and share everything I remember about the car, because this is a real story and this is why I obsessed with cars. This is why I started my YouTube channel. This is why I build cars until today. So back to the good old days again in 2014, I guess. That time I was just 13 years old. My dad is actually an old school car lover and I'm not. I know absolutely nothing about cars. My dad actually has a KE20 Corolla back then, but he sold it because he was so busy taking care of us. We were still so small that time. It's been like 10 years. My dad stopped his hobby. When I'm at the age of 13 years old, he actually sold a car which is this KP30. And that moment the car was just selling on the internet about 6,000 ringgit Malaysia, and he want to buy the car because he think he want to start his hobby back. So my dad bring me to the place where the car is. It was at night and it was so dark there, and then when we reached the location, I was looking at the car and I was like, what is this? I don't know what makes my dad like this car. And then after a few days, my dad just bought the car without me knowing, and then he said, oh son, this car is your birthday present. I buy this car for you and please keep it. Like, he buy me an old car and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm like, why you buy this? This is not even car, this is rubbish. Look at all the rusted part, and the car engine is not functioning. Everything is a mess. I just don't like the car. I don't know why my dad buy it for me. I just hate it. And then my dad is like very sad and very down that moment. He just say, oh fine, it's okay. I don't care. After a few months, the car was done. It was at the workshop of my friend. There is one day my dad bring me to see the car, and when I reached the workshop, my dad is talking to his friend and he's like, oh yo bro, just start the car. The mechanic come and take the key and plug it in, and then when it turns the ignition, start the car, boom. That moment, it changed my life. I was like, oh my god, this sounds like a Lamborghini. This sounds like a Ferrari. That moment, I was still a kid. I don't know about car. And I was like, oh, this is so loud. I started to, I was surprised. And I just don't know that this old car has such a loud sound. So my dad brings me in to the car. The engine was done and the brakes, the suspension, everything is done and it is ready to drive. I just go inside the car with my dad driving it, and then when he puts on the first gear, ooh, I was like, oh my god, this car is so power, this car is so amazing. I was like, oh my god, I really can't believe that. I just thought it was a rubbish. And the car is finally at my home. It was parked inside my garage. I started to have some interest to the car, and I was like, sorry dad, I hurt your feeling last time, and let's build this car together because this is like our father and son project. So I was like, let's build this car together. I started to research about the car and the engine, and you know what? I just found out that the engine is actually the 4AG from the A86. And I was like, oh my god, I saw this movie before and that was my favorite car. And I was like, this car has a 4AG engine. And that moment, I become so obsessed with the car because the car is so fast, I like it. And then we start rebuilding the cars. If you want to see the restoration videos, I actually have uploaded 4 years ago, which is my first YouTube videos. And slowly I actually fall in love with the car. And every time I came back from school, I just go sit inside the car, start the car, run the aircon, just chilling inside the car. Even though the car is not running, it just parked there and I just start the car and enjoy every second with the car until I was from 3, from 4, from 5. I don't have a license, I can't drive the car. I even drive it illegally sometimes, but I just can't drive the car because I don't have license. So day by day I actually just obsessed with the car so much. I put a lot of effort, I put a lot of money inside, my dad's money. I was in love with the car. You know, every day I just came back from school, I can just sit in front of the car and then just look at the car and like, oh, this car is so nice, this car is so nice, this car is so nice. So every single day I just spent my time with the car until I was 17 years old and I got my first driving license and I can finally drive the car. So the first day of driving the car, you know, that was my happiest day ever, which my dad finally allows me to drive the car because it was fast and it was dangerous. He doesn't let me to drive the car and I was so happy the first time he let me to drive the car. I drive the car to work and then I actually just drive it for 3 days and the engine breakdowns. I go rebuild the car again, the engine, oh my god, I spent a lot of money with the car. And then long story short, it was my first car, it was my favorite car. I wanted to drive it so long. When I just drive it for 3 days, it breaks down. And then lastly, when I almost wanted to go college, my dad actually sold the car because the car is actually too fast and he knows that one day the car will kill me because I love to drive fast last time and I need money to go college at the time. After the car has been sold, I was actually very sad. I was actually very depressing, but I just never told my dad about all this because I don't want him to feel bad. I don't want him to blame himself. So I just never told him what I feel. Actually, I posted the car into Facebook for sale myself. No one understands the feeling of, you know, the love of someone towards his car, and then I just can't explain how does it feel. My dad did a good choice, which is sell away the car because he loved me. Every day I miss the car, every day, every night I miss the car. I really miss the car because I never drive it like for 5 years and when I drive it, it was like 3 days. And the good news is actually yesterday I go to a place with my dad and I actually saw a Captur D abandoned down inside the house, and we just go inside to ask about the car and the owner was not there. So their family members give us the contact number and my dad called the guy, the owner, and asking whether he's selling the car. And good news is he's selling the car and hopefully I can get this car because now we still haven't buy the car. It was still on the process of dealing. I hope my next video is getting this new car. Before I start this journey, I wanted to share for all of you guys so I can bring you guys to my story. It was my dream car. I just never thought that I can find this car again. Amen. Hope everything is smooth. Hope I can get my dream car back and I will bring you guys every process, every journey of this car with you guys, and I will bring the Captur D back into life. So pray for me for the good news. Pray for me that I can get the car. I told myself that one day if I'm old, I'm gonna buy it back again, and I didn't expect that. It was just 1 year after I found it again. Everything will be smooth. Pray to me.